Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a chilling horror thriller where beauty comes at a terrifying price. Let's get into it. The story begins with actress Jenna Gennaro crying out in agony. She's on the phone with someone, whispering through the pain, "I can't tell anyone." Strange, swollen black bumps have started spreading across her leg, and in desperation, she tries cutting them off herself. Just then, her dog starts barking. Someone has entered the house. Before Jenna can understand what's happening, a shadowy man appears and kills her. Soon, the news begins reporting her disappearance. The focus then shifts to another actress, Samantha Lake, who arrives to meet a director for a new role. But the moment she steps inside, she realizes it's not a simple meeting. It's a full audition. The room is filled with younger, fitter actresses. There, she unexpectedly runs into Chloe Benson, a girl she used to babysit 10 years ago. Chloe is also auditioning for the same part. Samantha goes in, thinking she'll speak privately with the director. But he isn't even present, and the team asks her to audition just like everyone else. Later, she returns home. Samantha struggles with psoriasis and takes medication for it. She sinks into the bathtub and breaks down. Earlier, she secretly recorded the audition panel, talking behind her back, saying she's already 40 and the studio would never cast someone her age. And they're right. She doesn't get the part. Instead, they tell her to lose weight and try one of the popular treatments available today. One name stands out: the Shell Clinic, known everywhere for its supposedly life-changing procedures. As Samantha leaves the building, she notices their advertisements all over the street. Curious and frustrated, she asks her friend Lydia about it. Lydia has heard about the Shell Clinic too, and its growing reputation in the industry. Later, Samantha heads out on a date. Partway through, the guy gently points out a bit of food stuck in her teeth, and she removes it with an awkward smile. He keeps watching her for a moment, then says, "I swear I've seen you somewhere before." She admits she used to act on a popular TV show, but the moment he hears the name of the show, he shrugs and says, "Oh yeah, that was a bad one." On the ride home, things get even more awkward. As they sit in the taxi, he touches her arm and notices her psoriasis. The instant he realizes, he quietly asks the driver to stop and just leaves. Back at home, Samantha ends her night watching an interview with Zoe Shannon, the 68-year-old CEO of Shell, who somehow looks decades younger. That catches Samantha's attention. The next day, she shows up at the Shell Clinic. They immediately hand her an NDA to sign, and soon she's face-to-face with the co-founder, Dr. Thaddeus Brand. He explains that some creatures, like jellyfish and lobsters, don't age because they produce a unique enzyme. He claims to have created a modified version of that enzyme for humans, able to erase signs of aging. Just as Samantha is about to go in for the treatment, she spots Chloe inside the clinic. That's enough to make her panic and turn back. But before she can leave, a doctor named Hubert stops her, asking what's wrong and why she suddenly doesn't want the treatment. Samantha finds the entire situation unsettling. Dr. Hubert senses her hesitation and shows her photos of a severe burn patient whose face healed flawlessly after undergoing their procedure. He explains that their treatment can repair skin in extraordinary ways, powerful enough to even cure her psoriasis. When Samantha asks about the risks, Hubert calmly acknowledges that it's still a surgery, but assures her it's painless. He also tells her that if she stays committed to the full program for the next 20 years, she'll look exactly the same age she is today. After thinking it over, Samantha finally agrees. Outside the room, she crosses paths with Chloe again. Chloe excitedly mentions that she got the role from her earlier audition, but she's turning it down because she believes she's about to be cast as the next Catwoman. Samantha admits she's nervous about the treatment. Seeing her nerves, Chloe tries to reassure her. She brings up a childhood memory of Samantha taking her to swimming lessons, reminding her how she used to help her push through fear. That memory eases Samantha's anxiety, just enough to move forward. With that, Samantha proceeds with the treatment. The team begins a series of laser procedures across her skin, marking the start of her transformation. After the procedure, the doctor assures Samantha that everything went smoothly. Her psoriasis has cleared up, and she's free to go home. The results leave her thrilled. Her confidence rises immediately. She even receives an invitation to Zoe Shannon's exclusive Christmas party. With her renewed energy, she pushes herself harder at the gym and starts feeling more in control of her life. That evening, she arrives at the party. From across the room, she quietly observes Zoe, who soon notices her as well, and walks over. Zoe mentions that she had hoped to meet Samantha at the clinic, and shares that she used to watch Samantha's old show with her mother. She even notes that Samantha hasn't aged at all, and casually mentions that the treatment can slightly increase height, something Samantha hadn't been told. During dinner, Zoe gives Samantha an unusual amount of attention. But the moment Samantha takes a bite of the meal, she realizes something is off. The food is made from Zoe's own shed skin, processed into a protein-rich dish. Horrified, but too overwhelmed to react, Samantha forces herself to keep eating. Later, she wanders through the house and hears strange noises coming from one of the rooms. When she peeks inside, Zoe is there, and she immediately notices Samantha watching. Samantha makes an excuse to leave, but Zoe refuses to let her go. She reminisces about her own early months of treatment, calling it one of the most exciting periods of her life, and insists Samantha must feel the same. Samantha admits she still feels out of place, like she's always the person with a run in her tights or food stuck in her teeth. Zoe brushes that aside, insisting she sees nothing wrong with her and telling her to stop overthinking. She directs Samantha into a private room and encourages her to stay there, relax, and have fun. 3 months later, Samantha looks even more radiant, and her confidence has grown with it. She spends a lot of time with Zoe now. The two have become close friends. Zoe often praises her and even shares personal secrets, like the fact that her real last name isn't Shannon, but Zilt. Samantha admits that she too doesn't use her real name, and they laugh about it together, but the ease doesn't last. One day, Lydia spots a small black bump on Samantha's neck. Dr. Hubert removes it, assuring her it's nothing serious. He promises to get it checked, hands her some medication, and even gives her his personal number in case she needs anything. On her way out, Samantha gets the unsettling feeling that someone is following her. When she reaches home, 2 police officers show up at her door. They question her about Chloe, who has gone missing. They mention speaking with Chloe's family, who told them that Chloe and Samantha had recently reconnected. Before leaving, the officers ask Samantha to contact them immediately if Chloe reaches out. Samantha later relays everything to Zoe. Zoe brushes it off, suggesting the officers might not even be real cops, possibly just competitors trying to intimidate her clients or gather information about her treatments. Samantha isn't convinced. She pleads with Zoe to at least check if Chloe is safe, saying it would help ease her mind. Zoe agrees, but as Samantha calms down, she suddenly notices another black bump, this time on her wrist. While showering, Samantha notices more of those black bumps, this time spreading across her back. As she steps out, she hears something shatter in the house. Already on edge, she goes to check, only to find spilled wine on the floor. It's just her cats, but the scare doesn't fade. A moment later, her phone rings. It's Chloe, sounding terrified, insisting something is wrong with her and that she's being watched. By the next morning, Samantha's itching has become unbearable. The black bumps have spread down her legs. During a performance, she suddenly gets sick and vomits a thick black substance all over her co-actor, and even a nearby journalist, sending everyone into panic. Shaken, she retreats to her vanity room, where Zoe soon meets her. Samantha shows her the bumps, and Zoe calmly assures her they'll handle it. She takes Samantha away from the set and brings her to her apartment. There, Samantha learns that Dr. Hubert has been fired. When she asks about Chloe, Zoe casually claims Chloe has moved to Paris. As soon as Zoe steps out of the room, Samantha secretly calls the police officers from the bathroom. When she returns, Zoe questions her about the call. Samantha denies making one, but Zoe insists on checking her phone. Samantha refuses and says she wants to go to a hospital instead. She starts questioning why Zoe is so determined to keep her there. Zoe responds by insisting that Samantha needs someone she can trust, but Samantha no longer trusts anyone. Zoe grows frustrated, arguing that Samantha isn't thinking about her at all, and that going out in her current condition could damage Zoe's brand and even affect her company's stock prices. Samantha finally snaps. She throws hot tea in Zoe's face and bolts out of the apartment. Outside, her friend Lydia rushes in to help, and together they try to escape while dodging Zoe's driver. Partway through, Samantha stops the car and insists on going alone to meet the 2 police officers. But once she arrives, it becomes clear something is wrong. Their conversation reveals that they aren't real officers at all. They're also working for Zoe. They calmly tell her they can take her somewhere safe and fix her, and admit that Chloe was being hunted for the same reason. Before they can act, Zoe's driver pulls up outside. Samantha quickly slips into the bathroom under the pretense of needing a moment, then escapes through another exit and manages to flag down a taxi. Unfortunately, it's an automated car that refuses to go faster than 25 miles per hour. At that speed, she's sure she'll be caught. The fake officers try to overtake her, but end up crashing into a truck. Samantha takes the chance to reroute the taxi and finally gets away. She heads straight to Dr. Hubert. When he sees the black bumps spreading on her body, he realizes the situation is critical. He tells her they need to get to the clinic immediately, but Samantha refuses. She wants the treatment done right there. Hubert gives her painkillers, mixes a solution in the bathtub, and places a breathing mask over her mouth. He lowers her into the mixture as her body reacts violently, and she writhes in pain. When Samantha wakes the next morning, every black bump on her body is gone. Dr. Hubert brings her breakfast and apologizes, admitting there were many things he himself hadn't been told. But after he steps out, Samantha notices a medication bottle on the counter, with Chloe's name on it. She confronts Hubert, and he reluctantly explains that Chloe had also come to him for help, and during that time, the two developed a relationship. He admits he still loves her. Hearing this, Samantha demands to know what happened to Chloe and whether he did something to her. Realizing Chloe must be somewhere nearby, Samantha begins calling out for her. Hubert tries to stop her, but she panics and lashes out, stabbing him with a pocket knife. She eventually finds Chloe locked inside a room, and even catching a glimpse of her terrifies Samantha. When she turns back, she finds Hubert dead, struck down by someone else. Before she can escape, she's grabbed and taken away as well. When Samantha regains consciousness, she finds herself seated across from the shell company's lawyer and the co-founder, Dr. Thaddeus Brand. They calmly assure her that Chloe is alive and receiving treatment. They remind her that all of these side effects were disclosed in the NDA she signed. But Samantha no longer cares about any NDA. She tells them she's going to walk out and expose everything they've done. Just then, Zoe walks in. She calmly tells Samantha to do whatever she thinks is right, but warns her about the consequences. Her career would be ruined, and her psoriasis would return. The company then makes an offer: a large portion of shares and free lifelong treatments, as long as she stays silent. Zoe encourages her to take the deal, insisting this is her chance to become a powerful woman reaching her full potential. But Samantha pushes back. She questions why she has to care so much about looking perfect in the first place. She realizes that people like Zoe create that pressure to keep their business alive, calling Zoe by her real name, Zoe Zilt. Samantha rejects the offer. In response, Zoe has Chloe brought in. Dr. Brand explains that in Chloe's case, the altered lobster enzyme overtook her human cells completely. Chloe is now fully transformed into a monstrous, lobster-like creature, and they claim it's safer for her to remain at the clinic. Chloe sees Samantha, and although Zoe believes the glass enclosure will hold, Chloe smashes her way out. She immediately kills both Dr. Brand and the lawyer. Samantha seizes the moment to escape. Zoe goes after her. Along the way, Samantha finds Lydia locked in a room and frees her, but before they can run, Zoe's driver arrives. In the next instant, Chloe attacks and kills him. Samantha and Lydia run through the building, with Zoe close behind, searching for them with an electric taser. As she hunts them, Zoe boasts that she was the one who got Samantha cast in her recent film, claiming no one else would have hired her after the treatment. Samantha finally manages to strike back, attacking Zoe from behind. But before she can finish it, Chloe appears, lumbering towards Samantha in her transformed state. Panicking, Zoe hides inside a glass treatment chamber, hoping it will protect her. Chloe, however, activates the system. Trapped inside, Zoe screams for Samantha as the lasers ignite, and Samantha watches as Zoe is burned alive. That's where Zoe's story ends. The film then jumps forward. Samantha is back to acting, continuing her career on her own terms. She's already exposed the shell company's secrets to the world. The company still survives, still makes money, but Samantha isn't chasing perfection anymore. She doesn't care about beauty standards or whether food gets stuck in her teeth. She's finally living as herself. And with that, the story comes to an end. So friends, that was the story. If you enjoyed the video, drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.